Mr. Gosling here, and today I'm doing housework.
For a fake Chinese rubber plant and a fake plastic girl, which you bought from a rubber man in a town full of rubber plants to get rid of itself. It wears around. It wears around. It wears around. It wears around.
Don't worry guys, I'm alright. I've got over my traumatic day of housework and I'm feeling back to my normal self. So as you probably guessed, today's 40-minute maths is going to be linked to all my housework jobs which I did. So I hope you get on okay with that. I just want to take this opportunity to say a big hello to all the Holy Trinity pupils, a big hello to all the Lowbrook pupils, and just to say it's really nice to get some of the feedback, especially from parents, that you guys are getting on and completing the videos and they're going well and everything. So that's great. So without further ado, let's crack on. Okay guys, so before we get cracking with the problem solving relating to my cleaning, we are going to do a starter, which is just going to be a daily 5. For those of you who don't know what daily 5 is, in my class every day we do 5 arithmetic questions to start the day. So I'm going to put those 5 arithmetic questions on, press pause, have a go at them, and then I'll go through to the answers afterwards. So here we go. So press pause now. And here's the answers. Okay, so our learning intention today is, can I solve problems related to Mr. Gosling's housework? And of course, afterwards, there is the best in the business bonus questions. So I'm going to give you some helpful hints just to get through today's. There is some other skills you'll need, but I'm just going to go through a few of them. You'll need to be able to read timetables and add amounts of time. When you're adding or subtracting time, don't use column addition or subtraction, because there's 100 minutes. Well, there's 60 minutes an hour, and when you use column addition or subtraction, you're working off 100. So it won't work. It will work occasionally, but it doesn't work all the time. So steer clear of that. You'll need to convert 12-hour to 24-hour clocks. So if you don't know how to do this, I suggest you go and ask your parents to explain it. The other thing you'll need to know is how many minutes in an hour and how many seconds in a minute, which is 60. Convert between the two. You'll also need to know that there is 100 centimetres in a metre and 1,000 millimetres in a metre, and there's 10 millimetres in a centimetre. You'll need to be able to add fractions, so if you've forgotten how to add fractions, go back and watch one of my other videos. And you'll need to know how to increase something by a percentage. So to increase something by a percentage, you find that percentage, then add it on. And you'll need to know how to work out the volume. To find the volume is base times width times height. You need to multiply those 3 numbers together. If you do them in a different order, it doesn't matter, you still actually get to the same answer, but you need to multiply those 3 together. Okay, so here is your first task. So here is my timetable for the day. Things on the left that I did, and the things on the right, the time. So your first job is to calculate the amount of time I spent doing each thing. So if you look at the first one, wash my clothes at 5 past 10, and I finished that at 10:12 when I started to wash the dishes. So you need to, for each one, work out how much time. Press pause now to crack that. So here we go. Here is the answers to that question. So press pause now to mark it. Okay, next question. Can you change these times to a 24-hour clock? Press pause now to crack it. And here's the answers to mark it. Next question. I washed up for 8 minutes. How many seconds was this? So press pause now to crack it. The answer, so there's 60 seconds in a minute. 8 times 60 seconds is 480 seconds. Okay, so next question. I had 16 black socks, 8 red socks and 10 white socks. How many pairs of socks did I have? Well, you should know that there's 2 socks in a pair. So first of all, you have to work out how many socks you had all together. So 16 add 8 add 10 is 34. And of course, there's 2 socks in a pair, so you have to divide it by 2. You should have worked out I have 17 pairs of socks. Okay, next question. At 2:32 p.m, I hid for 132 minutes until I got caught. What time did I get caught? Answer in a 24-hour clock. So first of all, I'm going to convert that 2:32 p.m. into a 24-hour clock, which is 14:32. And I need to add 132 minutes. So I'm going to convert that 132 minutes into hours and minutes, which is 2 hours, 12 minutes. So 14:32 add 2 hours, 12 minutes. So 14:32 add 2 hours, 12 minutes. Well, 14:32 add 2 hours is 16:32, and 32 add 12 is 44. So it'll be 16:44. Okay, my next question. My washing line is 4.02 meters. How many millimeters is this? So if you remember, there's 100 centimeters in a meter and there's 1,000 millimeters in a meter. So press pause now if you want to crack it. If not, here's the answer. So 4.2 meters, which is 402 centimeters, is 4,020 millimeters. Okay, next question. My t-shirts weighed 1/7 of a kilogram when they came out of the wash. The rest of my clothes weighed 1/5 of a kilogram altogether when they came out of the wash. What fraction of a kilogram did my clothes weigh altogether when they came out? So press pause if you want to crack it on your own. So this is a little bit of adding fractions. So if you've got how to add fractions, I suggest you go back and watch one of my older videos. But if you can remember and you've cracked it, you will have to add 1/7 and 1/5. So you've got to find a common denominator. Quickest way to find a common denominator, 7 times 5, which makes 35. So we're going to turn them both into 35ths. So 1/7 is 5/35 and 1/5 is 7/35. So 5/35 add 7/25 is 12/35. So 12/35 of a kilogram. Okay, next question is, what's the volume of my washing powder box? So if you want to crack it on your own, press pause. If not, I'm going to go through it now. So to find the volume, you do length times width times height. So 8 times 4 times 14. Or you can multiply them in different orders. You should get the same answer, which is 448 centimeters cubed. You do them in your unit of measure cubed when you do volume. Okay, next question, which is also related to my washing powder. So the box weighed 1.5 kilograms. Each wash I used 60 grams. How many washes did I get? So usual drill, press pause if you want to crack it on your own. If not, you should have worked out that 1.5 kilograms is 1,500 grams. So we need to work out how many times 60 goes into 1,500. So hopefully you did a bus stop method to work it out. And you should have worked out that 1,500 divided by 60 is 25, so you get 25 washes. Okay, the washing up liquid I usually buy is 400 millilitres. However, the bottle I used had 15% extra free. What was the size of the bottle I used? So press pause if you want to do it on your own. If not, you'll need to work out 15%. So the way I would do it is I'd work out 10% and 5% and add them together. Well, 10% is going to be 40, and 5% half of 40 is 20. So 40 add 20 is 60. So we know that 15% equals 60. But then because it's 15% extra free, I'm increasing it by 15%. I need to add that on to make 460 millilitres. Okay, next question. I used 12 litres of water washing the dishes. If I washed the dishes for 8 minutes, how much water did I use each minute? Give your answer in millilitres. So press pause if you want to crack it on your own. If not, hopefully you've worked out you need to do 12 divided by 8. So you could have turned them into millilitres first and then divided it, but I'm going to divide the litres and then I'm going to change it to millilitres afterwards. So let's do the bus stop. So 8s into 1, don't go, doesn't go. 8s into 12, go once with 4 left over. I'm going to do my dot. 8s into 40 goes 5 times. 1.5 litres, which equals 1,500 millilitres. Okay, so now time for your best in the business bonus questions. So for every 2 minutes I spent scrubbing the bathroom floor, I will spend 3 minutes complaining about it over the next few days. I spent 82 minutes scrubbing the floor. How long will I spend complaining? Give your answers in hours and minutes. So press pause if you want to crack it on your own. If not, I'm going to go for it now. So this is a ratio and proportion question we've got here. So you've got a ratio of minutes, 2 to 3. Okay, so your ratio is 2 to 3. For every 2 minutes that I spent scrubbing the floor, I'm going to spend 3 minutes complaining about it. But I don't spend 2 minutes scrubbing the floor. In fact, I spend 82 minutes scrubbing the floor, significantly more. So how many times more is 82 than 2? Well, hopefully you've worked it out that I spend 41 times more scrubbing the floor in real life, because 2 times 41 equals 82. Okay, so I'm going to spend 41 times more complaining about it. So I'm going to times this by 40. Well, if you're new to ratio and proportion, this is probably going to be a little bit confusing. Maybe you need to start off with some more basic ones. But if you have done it before, hopefully children 6G you should be able to follow this. So 3 times 41 is 123. So I'll spend 123 minutes complaining about it over the next few days. Now, I say, can you change that into hours and minutes? So 123 minutes is 2 hours and 3 minutes. I suppose on the end I should have written complaining. Okay, so your next best in the business bonus question. When I stopped to watch Homes Under the Hammer, I had a 40-gram jammy dodger, which contained 6 grams of fat. When I finished all my cleaning, I had a 25-gram pastry, which contained 4 grams of fat. Which item had a higher percentage of fat? So press pause if you want to crack this on your own. If not, I'm going to go for it now. So we're going to turn this into percentages, and of course percentage means out of 100. So we've got to change these two amounts into something out of 100. So let's have a look at the jammy dodger. It's a 40-gram jammy dodger, and it's got 6 grams of fat in it. So 6 out of the 40, 6/40ths are the fat, okay? So we need to turn it into something out of 100. Now, 40 doesn't multiply up to go into 100, so we've got to do something else. I'm going to break it down into a fraction which then can be multiplied up into 100. So I'm going to turn that into 20ths, because I know that 6/40ths is the same as 3/20ths, because if you half them both, it's an equivalent fraction. I can then multiply the 20ths up to go into hundreds, because 20 times 5 is 100, 3 times 5 is 15. So 6/40ths is the same as 15 out of 100, which is 15%. So my jammy dodger had 15% fat. Let's have a look at my pastry. So my pastry is 4/25ths. This is a little bit more straightforward, because 25 you can multiply by 4 to get into 100, and you can do the same with the top. 25 times 4 is 100. 4 times 4 is 16. It's 16 out of 100. So 16% fat in my pastry. So hopefully you've worked out that there was a higher percentage of fat in my pastry. Okay guys, so I hope you got on all right with it today. I know I said for the starter there was going to be a music-based starter every day, but I just changed it around to do a daily 5. I thought it'd be good to do a little bit of arithmetic, but there'll be a music starter tomorrow, so you'll be able to crack on with that. Apart from that, make sure if you subscribe to my channel, also subscribe to the Holy Lowbrook channel with some brilliant videos going on from other teachers. So make sure you have a look at those. Apart from that, stay safe, be good for your parents, and I'll see you tomorrow.